So here I have an antique bottle capper that I found at a yard sale. I soaked it in vinegar and then coated it in linseed oil. And I'm going to convert this into a lamp. And I'm going to do it without drilling any holes through here to run the wire or anything. So essentially you have this here, and I already experimented, but I'm going to be using foam padding on the inside. And I actually want a piece a little thicker than this, or I mean, a little wider. So I'm going to see, okay, so I'll need to cut a sliver off this. And then test the length. Okay, so right there. So I'm going to be putting this in here. And it's going to be a little tricky because it wants to stick to the sides long before you have it in exactly how you want. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to use a star bit. And these generally come in a size 1 and 1 1/8. And a size 1 1/8, which is this, will not be tight enough for here. You need at least a 1 1/4, which is hard to find. And although I have a 1 1/4 size star bit, I'd like it to be more manageable, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, basically, I'm going to have a pipe neck coming out to the lamp unit, and I already drilled a hole. And for this, I need a 1-inch star bit, but even the 1 inch is hard to shove in here. So I had to take some channel locks and crush one side in to force it in there. As you can see, I'll have to hammer it in, and then it will be so tight. And I already ran, I tested what size bolt I need. So I'm going to go ahead and shove this in there, and we'll complete the project. Okay, I loosened the bolt to the edge so I can put it on a block of wood and hammer. So now using an Allen wrench or my fingers to get it started, I'm going to turn this in there. And I may have to use needle nose pliers to do so. Okay. And I'm making sure that's tight. So then we're going to take this piece, the star nut, and shove it in there. So that is in there really tight. Perfect. It's it shouldn't be falling out or anything, which is nice, and should hold the lamp. Now the next piece is the lamp housing, and I have a switch on there. These come with a screw to clamp on, but I basically took this out, and I tried to sand it, but I realized the best thing to do, whoops, I have everything just trying to roll. The best thing to do would be taking a box cutter and just slicing. If you look here at the chips, that's from trying to force it to create tread or thread. So anyway, now you can see that it fits in there. And what I'm going to do actually is unscrew this so it's more manageable. I went ahead and got some thinner lamp wire instead of an extension cord, which was thicker, and rigged this up. I hate to have this style, but you can't find very good ones in stores these days. And now I'm going to run it through here. Okay, once I have this in here, then I'm going to get this piece secure. There we go. I can go ahead and get this in place. So the bulb I bought for this is one of these vintage ones, but it's a 60-watt incandescent. But, you know, replace it with an LED eventually once it bursts or dies. And this is the housing I'm going to have over here. One of these screws are missing, you know, of the originals, but I was able to find one that would work. I took the faux padding that I had, you know, I started with 3 strips, and this is the remaining one that was cut to length. So that should now work, and it fits into easily. So I'm gonna do an extra layer, and that should work. Still went in too easy. It's weird. But it's snug. If it doesn't stay secure, I'll always be able to add another one. So that's how to do it. So now let me see if this works. Let me assemble this. Okay, and then I can have it like that. Now, before I see that it works, I need to make some sort of base. If you look at it, the one I have is a little curved. When I run into these in antique stores, they're usually flat, so I don't know why this was damaged. So I'm gonna use these to go through, and I'm gonna need to put a washer because these bolts are just a hair long, and use these cap nuts. Okay, so I can always secure this with the Allen wrench. Guess I could use a socket wrench, but I'm too lazy to go get it. But I also have an idea. Instead of taking these and just cutting them, using a hole punch, I can have some nice round ones to go at the bottom. Okay, so here are some pieces that I hole punched, and I'll just stick them at the bottom of the end cap. You know, if I decide to spray the legs of this lamp, I can always put fresh set on there. What's nice is I also have some brown foam paper if I want it to match instead of black, but the fact that this is black should be fine, and I considered using a black electrical cord but decided to go with brown. Okay, so here we have it. Let me see. Yes, it should reach the plug. Okay, and this is where the mushroom cloud should start. Oh, wow. So here is the lamp that I made using a bottle capper. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.